to Super Sport Garage Podcast. I'm Lee.
And I'm Caden.
Welcome. This week we're going to be going over our favorite cars, but before we do this, Caden has some news.
So, for those of you who follow my main channel, Super Sport Garage, as well as any of my other channels, I am announcing right now that I am working on a merch line right now. The designs are still being developed, but there should be merch within the next month available, and I need to get the site up and everything.
Do I get one for free?
No.
Dang.
I'm just kidding. You can. I mean, it would be wrong. You work for me, technically.
That's true.
But that's
But
free.
I don't get paid.
I don't get paid either, so...
So how does this work if I work for you?
But, yeah, and also, thanks to episode 10, this is crazy. Like, I know we missed 2 weeks, but that was because my phone was having issues.
Yeah, we've been going for almost 3 months, haven't we?
Yeah, I think it's 3 months now.
That's pretty cool.
Let's try and get 20 subscribers, though. Like, we've been sitting at 17 for the past 2 months. Let's try and hit 20.
Yep.
And like and share this with your friends. That way, this video will go up on the YouTube algorithm.
Yep.
So, as Lee said, we are comparing our favorite cars. So, if you follow me, you know my dream car is the Chiron Supersport, the Bugatti Chiron Supersport. The best car ever. And my family hates it. They think
Why?
it's absolutely disgusting.
Why?
It's the best looking car ever. I
I
don't
don't know,
know.
but why do your family hate it?
I don't know. They're nuts. I already knew this, though.
That's sad.
Yeah, yes it is. Mom, Lee agrees with me.
Oh, wait a minute.
And Lee chose the
I can't pronounce it. I know it's a Pagani.
Pagani Huayra Roadster. The Huayra.
Huayra?
Huayra Roadster
It's
BC.
H-U-A-R-Y.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, that's Huayra.
I was going to say Hawaiian. It's Italian. But
And
so,
it's a beautiful car.
mm-hmm.
I mean,
So-
it's even more beautiful than what Caden has.
No, it
And
isn't.
it always will be.
One thing I will say beforehand, the Huayra BC is probably my second favorite car in the world. It looks so good.
Mhm.
I
And second favorite should be first favorite. I mean, you know, if you think about it.
No. The Chiron takes the cake. Like, I would say, if I had to pick 3 cars that I could only have, I'd probably do the Chiron Supersport for sure, probably a Huayra Roadster BC, and I'd probably do an Aventador SVJ.
Mm-hmm.
Because the SVJ is like the coolest car ever that I've seen. But
Well, I'd like the Pagani just because it looks cool. I mean, the specs are one thing, but I like the looks.
just the reveal one looks awesome. And each different Huayra is different. So you have the Huayra Coupe, and then you have the Huayra Roadster, then you have the Huayra Coupe BC, and you have the Huayra Roadster BC. And each individual section, so out of the 4, there are 4 different body styles.
Mm-hmm.
And the Huayra Roadster BC looks the best.
Yeah,
And each of them uses a different type of carbon fiber. And it just gets more stiff as time goes on. And as you learn more about, as they studied more producing.
So what does your favorite car cost?
My favorite car, the Chiron Supersport, starts at $4.3 million.
But if you go with the Pagani Huayra Roadster
There you go.
PC, you can save some money.
You
It's
just
not
swap
as
the-
expensive. It's only $3.4 million.
You just swap the 3 and the 4.
And if you're talking about money, and I don't have any, then this is a cost savings.
One thing I will tell you is that if you are my collection manager, there will be a Chiron in the collection long before there's a Huayra.
Mm-hmm.
I love the Huayra.
No, wait. You said it's your second favorite car.
Yeah.
So that car will be there first. This will be their second.
Not 100%. It all depends on if I buy. It all depends. I could buy it if I might end up buying an Aventador SVJ before I buy the Chiron, or I might just wait and then buy one after. But the Huayra will definitely be like the third or fourth car after that, if not the second. But
And we've got to work on having them open up the Dugway Salt Flats
It's sad that they closed it.
I know.
Or if I buy these, they're not going on the salt flats.
Oh, come on. It's just a little bit of rust.
Carbon fiber doesn't rust.
But the other components will. The whole thing
doesn't rust.
It isn't built all out of carbon fiber and
I
aluminum.
know, but aluminum doesn't rust either.
No.
But still, I do not need dust and sand inside of a $4 million car.
It's not just dust and sand, it's salt too. I mean,
exactly.
It's a triumvirate.
Have you seen my truck? My truck's literally falling apart from all the salt. But, so, the BC comes from Horatio Pagani's friend, Benny Caiola, who was the first Pagani customer. So he bought a Zonda. He was the very first customer. And the new Wyra Roadster BC, I say new, but it's like 5 years old. But it has a larger front splitter, racing canards, louvers, a new rear wing, and it has fins that form the air. Well, fins on top of the wing that forms the air to be able to. They can manipulate the air better, so it doesn't like make a bubble essentially. Because the way I've explained aerodynamics to my little brother is the air reacts just like the water does. It's just you can't see what's going on.
Well, and have you ever seen a car that they don't have everything set for the wind, and they get up to a certain speed and they literally take off?
Mm-hmm.
Well, they take off nose first, and then they start flipping over and over. They don't fly very well. But...
Yeah. Unless you drive a Corvette, I've seen some videos where they fly like 20 feet in the air. And then they go straight down.
Yep. I mean, anything will fly. It's the landing that'll get you every
Mm-hmm.
time.
Exactly. You can fly for long. You can always fly for a little bit.
Yep.
Dang gravity. Sir Isaac Newton screwed us all. Invention of it.
If he hadn't done that, we could fly.
I know.
Do you know how? Do you know how humans can fly?
How?
I mean, you could just go outside and fly right now.
Yeah.
All you got to do,
just pull me down.
All you got to do is jump and miss the ground, and then you're flying.
Think about it. Water. You're not touching the ground. You're flying.
I'm just talking about walking out to the concrete and just jumping.
Yeah.
And if you don't miss the ground when you jump, well, then you're going to get scraped up and bloodied and bruised.
Yeah.
And that just means you did it wrong.
Mm-hmm. But somebody's actually going to go and try that. But it also features a larger rear diffuser, and it has new exhaust tailpipes in the diffuser. So they have the 4 tailpipes coming out of the bumper, and then they have exhaust pipes that come down through the diffuser. It's weird.
Yeah.
And that's just featured on the Wyra Roadster BC.
And it has 791 horsepower. So it's getting up to what you like, over 1,000, but it's not quite there yet. And it's got
over 1,000?
It's getting close.
It's only 200 horsepower off. If they put an electric motor in there. But,
and they could someday.
Mm-hmm.
And
I think the
it's
Utopia has 850, I think. I don't know 100%. But
it's got a twin turbocharged V12 that they sourced from a Mercedes.
Mm-hmm.
All
of their engines are from Mercedes.
But it's also mid-engine, which spreads
V12.
out the weight and really makes it a hot car. Helps it stay on the road and gives it really good balance.
Yeah. I just realized that we didn't announce what our Easter egg was from last episode.
What was it?
It was this Lego Aston Martin. It was sitting up here, but nobody commented on it. But anyway, oh wait, that video hasn't gone up yet. Of course, nobody's commented on it. But we didn't really plan for an Easter egg today, so
no.
I guess.
Well, nobody's been saying anything about them.
That is true. So.
And
start commenting on all the other videos if you actually... Well, comment down below if you actually want to see this continue. But.
And then the Pagani has fuel economy of combined highway and city. It's 12 miles per gallon, with city being 10 miles per gallon and highway being 15. Which is worse than my truck.
My truck gets that exact same amount of mileage.
Really? My truck,
So I would just be spending more on premium fuel.
my truck averages about 18 city and highway.
Speaking of which,
Then again, it's because it's a Ford, not a Chevy.
make sure to go check out my main channel. I think it'll go up before this video does, but go check out Super Sport Garage, and we are going to be doing a battle to see which of our trucks is better. Granted, we're comparing a 2012 to a 1996, but we're going to see.
But anyway,
is
it's
the
a
newer truck better.
Ford versus a Chevy.
Yeah. Chevy,
So-
it's a GMC.
Same thing.
It's the luxury.
So,
I don't know why I beat my chest.
so anyway, we know Ford's going to beat it. So,
No.
yeah.
No. It might in speed, but my truck's better and cheaper by a long shot. But
So the Pagani does 0 to 60 in 3.3 seconds, and the quarter mile in 10.4 seconds at 148 miles per hour.
jeez.
It has lateral acceleration of 1.9 Gs, and it corners at 2.2 Gs.
Mhm.
That's 2.2 times the force of gravity. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
It really is.
So instead of me weighing 130 pounds, I now weigh like close to 300 pounds
Yep.
in that car, which is heavy for me because I'm not used to it.
So really, you want to drive this car and corner with it, and then when you get out, you've lost 130 pounds.
More than that.
I mean, it's a great weight loss program.
Except for you gain all the weight at the beginning.
Yeah, but you lose it. It's all about losing weight.
It doesn't matter how quickly you gain it. It's just about how fast you lose it.
It is. When I was working, there were some friends on the team that I was on, and they decided they were going to have a weight loss contest. So they were all going to go on diets, and so they all weighed in this one day.
Mm-hmm.
And there was this one guy that was just dancing back and forth. He just couldn't handle it. And it's because he had sucked down as much water as he could so that he would have a ton of water inside of him, so that when he went to the next weigh-in, he would have lost about 10, 15 pounds of water.
Oh, jeez.
And he was dancing around because his body wanted to lose 10 or 15 pounds of water right away.
They caught him for cheating?
No, that's what he told him afterwards.
The Wyra Roadster BC has a 7-speed X-Trek automated transmission, and the car weighs 2,755 pounds. The interior looks amazing, though. Like, Pagani is known for their interiors, and
it has room for 2 people, a driver and a terrified passenger.
no, you just mean a hostage. Because they can't escape. They may go in willingly, but they're not able to get back out.
Well, they really can, because it's a convertible.
Mm-hmm.
So all they've got to do is stand up and pull or shoot, and just away they go.
Your cat wants you.
Kind of like Perry the Platypus does, and Phineas and Ferb.
I haven't seen that show in a long time. But
And it has a backup camera. So when you're going full bore backwards, you don't have to look behind
is
you.
it like the Bugatti backup camera where it's worse than a Volkswagen camera?
No, this is a high-end camera.
Oh.
Does your truck have a backup cam?
No, I'm gonna install one eventually. But so the Wyra Roadster BC is limited to 40 units. It was designed to increase downforces. And did you mention the top speed or no?
I didn't mention the top speed.
The top speed is 238 miles an hour. Slow.
No.
You go 250 or else you don't count.
But where are you going to drive it at 240 miles an hour?
You know that argument doesn't work.
I know it doesn't, but we'll take your car and my car to Indy.
The Chiron and the Wyra?
Yeah.
Or we can just do the 10
With
mile.
anything goes.
I think it's Highway 61 or something like that down in Nevada. 10 miles straightaway. Chiron will hit 283.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to delimit it, so it can probably go faster than that.
Oh, I'll delimit it, but I'll put on a couple extras, which yours won't have a rocket engine, will it?
I will have a rocket.
I don't like losing.
I just got an awesome idea. launching a rocket and then racing it with the car. That'd be amazing. But,
Have you seen the videos where they do a drag race between a fighter jet?
and the McLaren Speedtail? Yeah, I watched that.
That's beautiful.
Mm-hmm. The Speedtail's pretty cool, but it's one of the cars that Lee knows I have like 150 cars in my car collection. That's like 100th or something like that.
Well, and I also know that he wants the Rolls-Royce boat tail, but you chop off the boat tail and you put a pick-em-up truck on there.
No. Everybody,
come on, it's only like a $10 million pickup truck.
the boat tail is $18 million.
Oh, that's true. And once you put the pickup
There's
truck on,
3 of
it's
them.
going to be 18 million and 1,000. So yeah.
It'll be more than that because you have to build it and you have to cut it. It's probably going to be, if you did that, it would probably be a $25 to $30 million truck.
Well, it would be if you think about just the paint that goes into a Rolls Royce. It's not just like they do at a factory where they spray it and then put on clear coat and away we go. The Rolls Royce has numerous coats of paint and then numerous coats of clear coat on that. That's why they're so beautiful. And that's why they make such a good pickup truck.
But
He agreed.
No,
He agreed.
no,
I heard
no.
that. You heard that?
No. I can cut that piece out. Editor, cut it out. Editor's me, by the way.
Editor's going to cut out his agreement on a Rolls Royce pickup truck.
Yes, I am. So, it also has a target top, and for those of you not familiar with Pagani, they have their key in the shape of the car. And it's really, really cool, just because you set it right down in the center console. It's like that. It's like this wireless charger. My phone's dying, so as we're recording this, it's charging. But it just sits right in the center console, and it's carved out to look like the car.
What would you think of a Bugatti pickup truck? So you're speechless. You don't want to agree with me. Like
No,
on
I
the
just
Rolls
don't want to
Royce.
say something. I just don't want to say something or possibly go to prison.
Why would you go to prison for agreeing with me?
It's not going to be because I agree with you.
I got it, but I took away all of the instruments of death in this room.
I'm not even sure if we can use that word. I might have to bleep that out.
Instrument of beep. How's that?
Okay, that works. But okay, now on to the Chiron. The better car. You have to save the best for last.
You do. And with a pickup truck, the best is always
Boom. We always get sidetracked to this pick 'em up truck.
And no, it's because it's just the coolest thing in the world.
No, it
A
isn't.
luxury pickup truck. Okay, look at Ford. They're
Okay,
coming out.
Hold this. Let's do this as a separate episode.
But
Let's
wait,
do this
but wait,
as
hear this
episode
out.
11.
You have luxury pickup trucks. They're $80,000, $90,000 from Ford. But
That's just a Ford.
what if? I mean, that's just an expensive Ford.
Yeah.
A luxury pickup truck. Holy cow!
$300,000.
No, $15 million.
Oh, geez. No.
I can't,
Nobody would ever buy that.
except you, because it's going to be in your.
No. No. I wouldn't spend $150,000 on a truck. Okay.
Have you noticed how this gets under his skin? That's why I like bringing it
We
up.
will talk about this for episode 11. Until then, just keep it to yourself.
But wait, before we get off of the Pagani, you said earlier that they named the Pagani BC after somebody, right?
It was Benny Caiola.
So are you going to have in your car line that you're making a whatever LP?
No, because the LP 700 or the LP 770, Lamborghini already took that.
Not really. It's not the Lepore. It's the...
That actually sounds really cool, the way that you said that, the Lepore.
Uh-huh.
It sounds Italian, or I don't know. I'm not Italian, so
Well,
anything that I
We
hear
could
sounds
take
funky.
we could take your Chiron out and get a pizza.
Uh,
That's Italian.
that is not Italian. It may have been built by an Italian, but it is not Italian. It is French.
Do you know what I learned this week?
What?
Have you heard of tikka masala?
No.
It's like an Indian dish. It was made about 20 years ago in Britain. It's not really Indian. It's British. It's really good, but I mean, that's something you can tell your friends. They probably won't care, but
It's like Kentucky Fried Chicken in Salt Lake City. For those of you who aren't familiar, the first Kentucky Fried Chicken franchise was in Salt Lake City.
it wasn't a franchise. The guy met with Kentucky Fried Chicken, got all of his recipes, and started his own Kentucky Fried Chicken. It wasn't actually a...
No, it was a...
It became a franchise, but the guy in Salt Lake basically stole his idea.
No, I listened to a whole podcast about it, and like they were friends. They talked about
they
it.
were friends, yeah.
He wasn't officially a franchisee, but he did work with him, and I'm pretty sure he did pay him royalties too.
And I think he had a
It
Rolls
just
Royce
wasn't
pickup
initial.
truck.
No. Okay, editor, I need you to block out the screen. I'm gonna get a Lego. Okay, now we can move on to the actual good car. The actual good car. I still love the wire up, but
The actual good car? You're talking about a smart car. A Bugatti smart car.
No. Have you seen the Mansory smart car? This is way sidetracked. We've been talking about this for 5 minutes. We haven't even talked about the Chiron yet. I've been trying
Because
to...
they don't make a pickup out of it.
No. Bugatti was going to make an SUV, and thankfully, Mate Rimac stopped that.
Yeah, but if you
It
get
would
a
have ruined
chance
the
to,
brand.
if you get a chance to go out online and look up some of the Bugatti trucks and things, they're things that they
will
had come
never
out with.
exist.
They're never going to come out with them, but they're really neat looking.
Yeah. They will never come out if I have anything to say about it. And Lee knows what I mean about that. So, the Chiron Supersport is elongated from the standard Chiron. I think it's extended by like 10 inches or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And then they increase the tear-off area, which is the distance from the wing, like the ducktail or whatever, on the top of the trunk to the top of the diffuser. And that's your tear-off area.
And even though I'm teasing him about the Chiron, it's a beautiful car.
Mm-hmm. It's
I would
1,000
love
times
to have
better.
one.
And it's capable of 305 miles an hour. Or at least the Chiron Supersport, 300 plus.
But if you took it up to 300 plus miles an hour, you wouldn't have your license very long.
Only if you do it on Highway 160. I think it's 160, actually, not 61. But,
Or
okay.
the salt flats.
No. I'm not taking a $5 million car down the salt flats. A $50,000 car is different from a $5 million car.
But why don't you let my sister drive it?
No. That's just mean.
No, I've taught her how to drive. My sister is blind.
That's why I don't want to say anything. You just stuck me in a corner.
And I taught her to drive. I took her out on a country road in Illinois. We had a Ford Taurus wagon. And I told her, okay, these are the rules. If you crash it, you have to buy it.
I'm just making sure you're not a ghost.
If the cops pull you over, I'm going to run and report it stolen. And we had a blast. We went out on this country road, and I just taught her left, right, and straight, and taught her how to just kind of move the wheel a little bit so that you keep it in the lane. And we drove from our town to another one and back a couple times. And then I called my family and said, hey, my sister's is driving the car. I just taught her how to drive. Why don't you come out and see it? Well, one thing that I did teach her is how to punch it. So we're on a gravel road, and here comes my family in their van. And I wanted them to know that I did not have my hand on the wheel. And we're doing 55, 60 miles an hour. And I'm sitting on the door with my body outside and my feet in the windshield waving at them. So they knew that my feet weren't on the pedals, my hands weren't anywhere close to the steering wheel. And then as we pulled up next to the van, I told her to punch it. And she sprayed gravel everywhere we took off. It was so much fun.
You'd get in so much trouble if you did that today.
Yeah, if you got caught today.
If you got caught then. But
Well, no, like I said, getting caught isn't the thing. If we got caught, I would run and report it stolen. So it was stolen by a blind lady. I'm okay with that.
I have no comment because I can't comment. We're gonna tick somebody off by making these jokes, but
It's not jokes. I did teach her how to drive. And that's a true story.
I guarantee somebody, if this video goes popular, then people are gonna get offended though. But,
Yeah, well, getting offended by the truth, oh well.
but so they increased the tear-off area on the Chiron Super Sport in order to lower the drag, and they used a bigger rear diffuser, and they changed the exhaust from center exit to dual exit exhaust, and they're stacked on top.
Mm-hmm.
And if you listen to the revs between the two of them, you wouldn't think there's much of a difference, but the Chiron Super Sport sounds so much more like crisp,
Mm-hmm.
like an Aventador kind of,
Mm-hmm.
compared to the center exit.
Mm-hmm.
It's like comparing a standard Aventador to an SVJ. The SVJ sounds so much better.
So what about the Wyra? Do you think this one's better than the Wyra that we did a few weeks ago?
What about it? Like, do you think it sounds better?
Do you like the Wyra better or this one better?
The Chiron,
Okay.
100%. That's always been the Chiron. The Chiron's been my favorite for 3 years now, I think.
Okay.
Longer than I've known you.
Mm-hmm.
But, it has 21-inch rear wheels and 20-inch front wheels. It has 9 air vents on each side of the windshield, and so the air vents are holes like in the EB110 behind the door, and it's just to pay homage. Is it homage or homage? Homage to the EB110, which is probably my second favorite Bugatti.
So if you're going 300, the air vents actually serve a purpose.
Mm-hmm.
People, as you're driving past them, can hear your passengers screaming.
Not really. You can't hear them over that roaring 8-liter W12 with 1,600 horsepower and 1,181 pound-feet of torque. It has twice as much torque as my dad's Cummins.
So what about lateral acceleration and cornering? How many G's?
The only one I have is 2 G's of deceleration.
Mm-hmm.
What about you? Oh,
I didn't.
You didn't take any notes. At least left.
I was lazy.
I did all of my notes in like an hour, but yeah, just to let you know, we just make fun of each other just because it's funny.
It is.
And it makes for an entertaining video.
And if you can't do that with friends, what do you
They're
do?
not friends.
No.
So it also has larger air intakes and a larger front splitter, and the transmission is set in between the seats. So technically, if the engine is set backwards.
Is it mid-engine or rear
It's
engine?
mid-engine. And the difference between it and the Wyra is the Chiron's all-wheel drive, the Wyra is rear-wheel drive.
Mm-hmm.
But the Wyra still sticks to the ground pretty well.
Yeah.
So for those of you who aren't familiar with Bugattis at all, it has 4 turbos. It has the first 2 turbos, which run constantly from the time the engine is running, the turbos are going. And at 4,000 RPMs, the second 2 will fire up later to reduce turbo lag. And for those of you who don't know, turbo lag just makes your car slower as the turbos gain power, as they get boost. But it's incredible how they engineered the thing. And for those of you
engineered to go fast.
And for those of you who aren't familiar, there are differences between a V16 and a W16. I'll put up a photo on the channel, but a V has 8 cylinders on each side going down in a straight line. And a W16 has 8 cylinders, but they're alternating, so they make like a triangle with each cylinder. But the Chiron has 16.5-inch carbon ceramic brakes in the front and 15 3/4-inch carbon ceramic brakes in the back. And it can go from 60 to 0 in 108 feet.
That's really good.
That's shorter than my driveway is wide.
What about 0 to 60 acceleration and quarter mile?
I think it does it in 2.4.
Okay.
Did I forget to put that on my notes? Oh, no, it is 2.4.
What about quarter mile?
Quarter mile, I don't know. I can't ever find these quarter miles. I have no idea where you're finding yours, but I can't find mine.
Mine came from Car and Driver, but it's honestly, it's difficult to find in places because you have to find the site where 0 to 60 and quarter mile are important to the website. Sometimes you can find it out on the manufacturer's website, but yeah.
So the air brake goes. So the air brake is the wing. It pops up at 111 miles an hour. For those of you who don't know Bugatti whatsoever, once again, their windows will automatically go up at 90 miles an hour. Which I follow a guy named the Stratman, and he owns a Veyron, and the windows go up at 90. And every once in a while, you'll see those windows roll up.
So why do the windows go up at 90 miles an hour?
Just to save on aerodynamics, also for safety.
Yeah, and for
Because
drag.
you don't want to go 200 miles an hour with windows down.
You'd go deaf.
60 is loud. I can't even imagine 90.
Well, I do that in my truck. I'll go 80, 85 miles an hour on the interstate, but
Speeder.
no, not up in Idaho. Speed limit's 80. But it's really
85 though, so you are going over the speed limit.
5 over. But when I drive and I have all my windows down, my back window down, my sunroof open, it is so loud. And you can drive that way for maybe 2-3 minutes before you're rolling everything back up again.
Yeah, if I have my windows down, I figured out the perfect area to have your windows down is like 50 to 55. That is the perfect area. Then once you hit 55, then it's destroyed.
Yeah.
Then your ears hurt. And it's no longer just air coming in. I do that mainly because my air conditioning doesn't work. So the wind is my air conditioning. So the Chiron has a carbon fiber monocoque, and so does the Huayra. Here's one really, really cool fact that I learned from CarWow, which is the source of my information about the Bugatti Chiron, is it has 36,764 pound-feet of torsional rigidity. So the analogy that they used is you could bolt the back of the chassis to the wall, place a 3-foot-long metal bar on the front of the chassis, apply 50 tons on the bar of pressure, and the chassis would twist 1 degree.
Mm-hmm.
That's insane.
Yep.
That would crush anything. That could probably crush your house.
Yep. Kind of like the wind we're supposed to get tonight.
Yeah. Oh, it's dark out there. I didn't even realize that. This video is probably going to be the longest one we've had because we're at 33 minutes right now.
That's because we keep going off, or you keep going off on tangents.
Me?
I shouldn't say we.
Me? We spent 5 minutes on your stupid Rolls Royce.
Stupid Rolls Royce, I'm hurt.
Good.
See, he brought it up. Tangent.
I hate cosines and tangents and sines.
Well, it's all math.
So it has a double wishband suspension. I don't know what that is. But
Sounds
it's a
cool.
suspension.
It sounds cool.
And it has retuned dampeners to help with the higher top speeds. So I think it lowered the car just a little. But the speedometer goes up to 500 kilometers per hour or 300 miles per hour for the US. Which is stupid because the Super Sport can do 305 and I'm going to remove the top speed, which means I'm going to be going faster than 300.
Well, and the thing that you do, if the speedometer only goes up to 300 and you're going to bury the needle, then you just get out your phone, get an app on it that tracks you with GPS and shows you your actual speed up there.
Oh, so here's a couple quick facts. The Bugatti has the exact same key as a Volkswagen Jetta. That's not a joke. That is a Volkswagen Jetta key, but it has a Bugatti logo on it. Try and guess how much a Jetta key is. $35. Guess how much a Chiron key is. $10,000. And it's the exact same key.
It's the exact same metal part of the key.
Yeah.
It's the
You're literally paying
the
$9,000.
electronics.
You're paying like $9,900 for a little red emblem on your key, and then some leather wrapped around the key. But also,
we need to go in the key making business.
I know, charge $10,000 for a key.
Mm-hmm. We can just put your mowing company logo on there.
So here's another weird fact. You would think with a $4.3 million car, you would have all the bells and whistles. Bugatti does not have a center display column because they wanted to keep it timeless, which I think was a really good idea. Because look at the Veyron, it aged phenomenally compared to like other cars with infotainment screens. It aged really, really nice. But
so
it also has a manually operated steering column. You would think that you spend $4.3 million on a car, you get a little button that moves it around. No, you have to move it, which I actually think is nice.
So they're only going to make 70 to 80 of these. And my question is why? How many cars do they make a year?
I think it's like 24-ish. I think they make like 2 or 3 a month.
So what they're looking at is
it takes like
getting ready for the follow-on, because by the time they pretty much hand make those cars, they're ready for the follow-on that they've been developing for 10, 20 years.
But the Chiron is limited to 500 units, and they've already produced the Chiron Sport, the Chiron Per Sport, the Chiron Super Sport 300 Plus, and now they have the Chiron Super Sport, which will round up the last. And then you also have one-off editions, which is why it's 70 to 80, is they don't know, they haven't announced what cars are what one-offs are out. I really love the Profile. It looks awesome, but without an air brake, I didn't realize that would look that cool with a ducktail. But $10 million for a $5 million car.
But you look at the cost, the $10 million, $5 million, or whatever, and you're going, wow, that's expensive, and it is. But you're also looking at the engineering that has gone into it,
and the fact that it's literally a one-off car.
It's a one-off car, and it's pretty much hand built.
Pretty much, it is.
So there's a lot that goes into those cars that.
I think I heard somewhere it's like 400 hours just in paint. Just to paint your car. And then you have, if you do carbon fiber tint, which is a $400,000 option, they have to color the carbon fiber before they even put your car together. And then they put on all the protective layers and stuff. But
and that's the other thing is they're not going to get dinged up like a Ford or a GMC.
Nobody's going to take them off-roading.
No.
But,
and you're going to be very careful where you're driving it.
So I have a question for you. I'm not sure if you know this, but do you know how many miles a car usually has when it's delivered brand new to you?
Usually it's anywhere between 10 and 20.
The Chiron will deliver with 50 at minimum. Do you know why that is?
They got to break it in.
They test every single car. So you will not get to be I wonder if you could actually talk them, like pay some sort of price, pay some sort of fee and actually get to break the car in yourself. Or at least do like the first mile. But
you probably could. You just have to talk to the factory.
But,
and for another $1 million, they'd probably say sure.
a couple million and you can just own the company. Almost $1 billion.
Yep.
But it has no cup holders, which I think is weird, but okay.
So what are you gonna do when you go through McDonald's and you get your Coke?
And then again, like when you say that, nobody's gonna take that to McDonald's. You're not eating in that.
I will.
No. You're not allowed near the cars. You're gonna be fired before you even start.
I know, it's sad.
But so it will change its ride height depending on the driving mode. And Autobahn raises the front and lowers the back, and it has a really crappy backup camera, as I mentioned earlier. Like, it looks worse than a Volkswagen backup camera. I didn't know that was possible. I've never sat in a Volkswagen or seen a Volkswagen backup camera, but it just sucks.
And
Like my mom's Acadia is better than this. This is a really long episode. This is 40 minutes.
I know. But I think the backup camera is critical. In my 2013 F-150, the backup camera is wonderful. It's a wide angle, so you can see everything that's behind you. You still have to be aware of things that are going on around you, but I mean, it gives you a really good view, which is really important.
It's capable of 305 miles an hour. It's limited to 70 to 80 units, and it has a limited top speed of 273 miles an hour, which is 12 miles an hour faster than the standard Chiron. And it weighs in at 4,288 pounds. I think my truck weighs 2,500.
Well,
So
the
it weighs almost
Pagani-
double.
The Pagani's only 3,000.
The Pagani weighs
3,051.
No, 2,755 pounds. So the Chiron almost weighs double what the Wyra does. So, what's the verdict here?
The verdict is I think we ought to get a Pagani Huayra Roadster BC and a bunch of friends.
Pagani and Bugatti want to sponsor a video and let us drive the cars. We'll fly out. We'll even pay for the tickets.
No, we won't. You'll pay for the tickets.
I will pay for the
He'll
tickets.
pay for my ticket too.
No,
I want to go first class.
I can't afford that. I can't even afford $1,500 to fly economy. But yeah, if any car manufacturer watches this video, then you should let us know. But
And not just let us know, but fly us out to your factory.
we will happily do it.
Let us drive the cars, and
We
I
will-
promise Caden won't wreck. Well, I can't promise that. I promise I will break it in, with the keyword being broken.
We promise that if you bring us out to your car factories, we will do we'll do an interview with whoever wants to, not whoever, but like the CEO or whoever, and we'll do reviews and stuff like that.
And pictures of how the car is actually produced. That's something that really interests me is the manufacturing of the car.
That's what I really love. Like everybody, like those of you who are familiar with the channel, I want to own a car company. So that's what's really got me interested is how things are made. Carbon fiber is so flippin' hard to understand.
Mm-hmm.
I can't figure out how they make it, and it's driving me insane. Specifically the monocoque,
Mm-hmm.
because I can't figure it out, and it's driving me nuts.
Well, the monocoque isn't just carbon fiber; it's other things as well that's built into it.
So
45 minutes. How much of that 45 minutes was talking about the two cars or going off on tangents?
I would say we probably spent close to 10 minutes just on tangents.
Tangents are fun.
That's what makes it an entertaining episode. But
Yep.
if you're still watching, thanks for watching all the way through.
I enjoyed it. I
Yep.
hope you did too.
Yeah, I did too. But so let's compare. Top speed, Chiron has them beat.
Mm-hmm.
0 to 60, Chiron has them beat.
Looks, Pagani has
No. Close second. Yeah, Chiron still has the cake. And then you have interior, Pagani.
Mm-hmm.
So Pagani has, so it's Chiron versus Pagani. Then you also have exhaust. I will give that to Pagani. Pagani's the sound really, really good.
Mm-hmm.
I just wish the Chiron sounded more meaty. It just kind of sounds higher pitched. But let's see, what else? Cost. Pagani has them beat there, so we're 3 for 3. Now we need a tiebreaker.
Mm-hmm.
What do we want to do?
0 to 60.
We already did that.
Mm-hmm. Chiron has a beat.
We're 3 to 3. Now we need something to decide. Well, actually,
The
let's just do
backup
this.
camera.
Let's just do this. Comment down below which one you think wins.
And which one you think would make a better pickup truck?
No. You're about to get banned. I'm going to 3 video suspension.
Sounds like sports, like hockey.
I don't watch hockey, so. Okay, that's.
All right. Well, thank you for watching.
Yeah. Make sure to look out for my video comparing mine and Lee's trucks. That should be up beforehand. If not, it'll be up the next Tuesday. It all depends. But I've got like 5 videos in the pipeline for my main channel. Then I've got 4 for my business channel. And then we've got, I think, 2 or 3 lined up for this one. We just haven't recorded any of them. But
yeah, but we're still a couple weeks out on recordings.
As of right now, it's the 13th, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
And I think episode 9 posts next Friday. And yeah, next Friday, because the 750S one posted yesterday. But that one actually got a little bit of attention. Anyways, thanks to all of you for watching. Make sure to look out for the merch and go check out my other channels, Super Sport Garage, Super Sport Business, and Super Sport Aviation. That one has got like no attention. The 2 subscribers are me.
But when the merch comes out, you'll see it because we'll be wearing it.
And we will be wearing it before it comes out, and we will be hyping it up.
Yep.
But anyways, thanks to all of you for watching. And
Wait.
Oh,
Are you going to have as part of the merch a Rolls-Royce pickup truck?
no. Fine. I will tell you what. If we get one video that gets 1,000 views, then we will do Rolls-Royce pickup truck merch, and it will be limited to 1,000.
Sounds good. We'll never see it.
Okay. All right. Well, you don't know that. It could happen in the next year.
That's true.
We just need one video to take off, and we're planning on recording shorts to get more attention. Anyways, so make sure to look out for those too. And without further ado, that's it.
All right. Have a great week.
Yep. And we will see you next time.